Hello and welcome to another episode of This Week in the SFFL from Lino Lakes, Minnesota. I'm the commish, and as always, I'm joined from Brownwood, Texas by my co-host with his 3 luxury sleds in the driveway, Mr. Mike Paddock.
So sit back, relax, and grab yourself a cold one. It's your home of all things SFFL and fantasy football. It's TWITS, and it starts right now.
Tonight's episode of TWITS is brought to you by Frost Brewed Coors Light.
All right, Mikey, here we are with the Week 9 edition of TWITS. Cannot believe it, Mike, but we are at the halfway point of the NFL season.
Yes, sir.
We're at time on. This week, Mike, marks I believe, the team that you'll be playing once only this year. You'll be playing all other teams twice. Week 9's opponent, as I recall, is your 1X for the year, so enjoy it while it lasts, because it never does. Mike, for news and notes to kick off this banner edition of TWITS, Mike, we're going to play a mini game of skeptic or believer, Mike. Mike, I know you like to sometimes get on the interweb and browse some various sites. Sometimes SFFL.org pops into the rotation.
What?
And you may have noticed in the standings, Mike, that things are bunched up pretty good. In fact, we have after 8 weeks, I believe the range is 2 to 5 wins is the range of wins out there. Mike, my skeptic or believer question for you tonight: do you believe that this is the only time in SFFL history that the maximum number of wins after 8 weeks of play is 5 by any one team in the SFFL?
I'm a skeptic. I think that's happened before.
Mike, your intuition is correct, but it's only happened once, and it was back in 2001. So it's been over a decade since that's last happened. We had max wins at 5 back then. Other notables, we've had 3 8-0 teams. Looks like 95.
Mickey?
95, 99, and somewhere around, I believe, it looks like 2007. But yes, it has happened one time that we've been kind of bunched up like this, but it's been quite some time. You got to go back into the history book, which is available, Mike, on sffl.org, the aforementioned, under SFFL history. So, good stuff. Mike, let's break right into the weekly rewind. For week 8, Mike, we had the usual 5 matchups, and leading off, we had Bill taking on Tom. Lawrence Tynes chips in with 17 for Bill to pace him to a 9-point victory over the Matt Ryan-led Ewald squad. We had Evan taking on Mickey, and Evan almost doubles up Mickey. 50 to 27 was the final there. He was paced by one Adrian L. Peterson. We had Greg against Thad, and in a battle of Patriots, not ex-Patriots, Thad 59, Greg 40, Tom Brady with 18 for the winning squad, and Stephen Ridley with 12 on the losing end of things. In the battle of 2/3 of last week's 3-man booth on TWITS, we had
74, Tim 43. It was
Rob Gronkowski pacing the way for the commish with 19, and Peyton Manning leading the way for Tim with 15. And then last, but certainly not least, we had the other third of that booth, Mike taking on Wayne, and then a battle of Denver receivers. Wayne comes out on top 39 to 30, paced by Eric Decker's 14 points. And that is the weekly rewind. All right, Mike, what do we have coming up week 9 on tap?
Sondo, week 9 on tap. The old spotlight matchup. I am still on top of there for some reason. I don't know. Just can't get rid of me. But my one and only time going up against Brooklyn Bill. So we have no data on that matchup. First matchup of the series and the last one this year. See what happens. I'm coming in at 4-4 with 367, and Bill's at 5-3 with 482 points. So he's been scoring some big points lately. And then we have Jeff. I could go for a nice frosty Rucker at 5-3 with 488 points against Thad, media starved. Also, he's at 4-4 like I am at 436 points. All-time points go to you, 1160 to 1151, so it's pretty tight there. Which would preclude the all-time series being 17-16 in Thad's favor. But you won 2 of the last 3 to get to that point.
That is correct. I need to go 3 out of 4 there to get out of the red or the black. Which is it, Boncher?
Yes, sir. And then we have Wayne Bago, 5-3 at 392 points, going against Mickey's Crazy Moms at 3-5, 440 points. All-time points go to Mickey, 953 to 822, and the series also at 15-11, winning 4 of the last 6 matchups to get to that point. Then we have Evan Chalet and Miners at 5-3 with 386 points against Tim K. Cranky Pants Stone. At 3-5 at 433, he had to step it up a notch going 3-5. He got really cranky now. Tim does lead the all-time points, 1139 to 1014, and all-time series 17-12, winning 3 of the last 4 to get to that point. And rounding out the week, we have Greg Beers My Life 4-4 with 486 points against Tom's Brixton Sky at 2-6. With 391 points, Greg leads that all-time points 1111 to 1053. And the all-time series 18-13, but Tom has won 2 of the last 3 in that matchup. And that's what's on tap.
All right, excellent work. Mike, not much in the way of record setters this week. The commish got 19 out of Gronkowski, and that was good enough for 9th place in terms of all-time tight end points in a week.
Gronk.
And other than that, we didn't have any records going down, so
Too many bye players.
something like that. Hey, we don't care which way they lean, Mike.
I didn't ask.
All right, well, let's look at the premium password then real quick. For this current week, week 9, Mike, it is Tide, T-I-E-D, all lowercase, not like Neat Tide or Rip Tide, which was a hell of a show in the 80s. Joe Penny, I believe. And for week 10, Mike, it's going to be Movember. Movember. Are you doing the Movember, Mikey?
You know, I don't know. I do it all year round, but I don't know what we're doing this year. Last year we did the No Shave November.
Yep.
And I ended up getting the question mark. I think that was captured on TWITS here last year. And then I switched over to the Frank Zappa after that.
Correct.
So we'll see what happens.
I say you just follow whatever A-Rod does. Whatever he does, you do.
Yes, sir.
But for week 10, yes, Movember. That will get you premium content. All right, Mike. On the Northerns here tonight, we are sponsored by a beer I've never had before, but
and never will again.
I would say that might be true. It's not. It's called Spiral Jetty IPA. It's part of the Classic series from Epic. And I think I like their, they have 3 series of beer, and I forget what the other 2 are called, but the last series that they did is the one I like the best. This isn't an IPA, but it's a little low on the IBUs. It's almost got a Saison type effect, a James Jett type of effect to it. So, not bad. More of a summer beer than a winter beer, though. So, Epic's normally some good stuff, but yeah, I would save this one for a post golf outing in July.
Down south, I'm sticking with the Widmer Brothers
Oh, yeah.
I got the old sample pack. This is the Drifter Pale Ale. Not to be confused with Drifter's Pale Ale, which you can get only at Drifter's Pub down there in, was that Egan, I believe? Just north of KOD on the Mississippi River. Good place to visit, though, but I'm sticking with the Widmer Brothers.
All right, not bad. Not bad. All right, Mike, well, let's quickly move to everyone's tertiary favorite topic, Chalk Talk. Mike, last week on this very podcast, I said that San Francisco, if they score a touchdown, it should be good enough to beat the Cardinals. And how prophetic, Mike, as the Niners win 24-3 to easily cover the 7 and move the commish to a little mark that I like to call 5-2 on the year.
Yeah, I think from the Cardinal standpoint, that was more pathetic than prophetic, but. But yeah, nice work. That was a good call.
Yeah, and so this week, Mike, you know, I'm going to mix it up again. I'm going to go back into the college ranks. And this week, Mike, we've got I believe it's a big East matchup. Tough to tell with the way teams are changing conferences these days, but it could be Conference USA too. I don't know. Cincinnati, the Bearcats, Sikkim Bearcats are -4 at home against Syracuse. The one-dimensional Syracuse team. Cincinnati coming off a tough defeat last Thursday to undefeated Louisville.
I believe one of us called that.
Maybe we did, maybe we didn't. There's no record. Or there won't be a record. Go to YouTube and hit delete. But Cincinnati is going to bounce back in a big way this week at home. Much different team. 4 points is way too little to be laying against Syracuse, so I'm going to take the Bearcats to move me to 6-2, Mike. And that brings us to the segment that just won't quit. The Dog of the Week continues its just rampage through the gambling world. 7-0, Mike, after another I don't need the points win with Philadelphia against, with Atlanta against Philadelphia last week. So 7-0, Mike.
Once again, the entire universe is
intrigued as to what you got coming for us in Week 9.
Yes, Atlanta and I both go to 7-0 on the strength of Matt Ryan and his nice game up there in the unfriendly confines. But this week I'm going to take a little cheat on you. Not really much out there for dogs. It's a rough week, but I'm going to go with Tampa Bay. They are getting 1.5 against Oakland in Oakland this weekend. I think Tampa Bay is a much better team than Oakland, so they're going to win that one outright. So go ahead and take Tampa Bay in that 1.5. I know it's not much, but it'll get the job done.
Hey, that counts as a dog. Anything north of the pick'em line, Mike. So, all right, we'll see how Josh Freeman fares out on the left coast there.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, Mike, that moves us to game of the week, and you and Tim ganged up on me last week and moved the commish to 2-5. Mike, you're at a pseudo-respectable 3-4 now. After the Atlanta-Philly game. So this week, Mike, we're going to take a look at Pittsburgh at the New York Football Giants, I believe, a late Sunday game. Who do you like in that one?
Yeah, and actually I was looking closely at that one for Dog of the Week because Pittsburgh is getting 6. But with Pittsburgh's decimation on defense and the Giants just pouring on the points these days, I don't think it's going to be close. I'm going to go with New York Giants at home.
New York Giants at home. Not so fast, my friend. Pittsburgh -6. Yes, I agree, and they do have a few issues on defense, Mike. But I think the Giants used up their 9th live last week against Dallas, and I like the way that Pittsburgh, even though they've got some injuries at the running back situation, is continuing to have that running game, and I think they're going to use that to keep Eli off the field. And the Giants' defense, especially secondary-wise, is is porous to say the least. So I'm going to take Pittsburgh in an upset. They're going to walk into the Meadowlands and come out with a victory, Mike, and that's sorely needed. Otherwise, I'm going to be 4 games under the Mendoza line. So,
and that's your dog of the week.
Big Ben, Heath Miller, all of them. I am on board this week. So
that's probably because you're starting them.
Yes, and I have no Giants, so that is not why I'm picking them. I think they're going to win. So. All right, Mike. Well, that should just about wrap up our Week 9 episode of TWITS. If you'd like to see this episode or any past episodes of TWITS, you can go over to vh1classic.com or just go to YouTube and type in the keyword TWITS. So for my co-host, Mike Paddock, I will say goodnight, and we'll see you all next week on the Week 10 edition of TWITS.
Adios.
Yep.